Hi guys, Frankie here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm with my friend Erica.
Hello.
I really wanted to ask her a few questions because we used to teach English together at the same preschool, but for the past year she's been working in a completely different industry, so I thought it would be interesting for you guys to hear her story about how she transitioned out of teaching English. So,
Let's
well,
get it.
yeah. Well, actually, how long have you been in Japan? I don't know.
It's my 5th year. Yeah, I've been here for 5 years.
Okay.
But I had to study Japanese first. Like, I had to study Japanese for a year.
Oh, you started as a student?
And then, like, luckily I found a job, teaching job.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was able to continue staying here through my working visa.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that. So what kind of industry are you working in now?
Now I'm working in the IT industry as an IT engineer.
Oh,
Zinzin Chigao.
Fancy.
I spoke in Japanese.
yeah.
Very different.
No, it's okay. So you were a student for 1 year and then you were teaching for 3 years?
3 years. Like the first one was in a different school before like the one we used to work.
Yeah.
So I worked in like startup preschool.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was hard for them because it was like a startup preschool and they can't get any kids. So I said
yeah, that's tough.
So I found the one we worked together. And then I stayed there for 2 years and now I'm working as an IT engineer.
Wow. How did you find that job?
Internet. So I actually like sent my resume to like different. I'm just like, so we're in Osaka now. So like Osaka. So
Were you searching for that industry?
but I was open to like teaching again, and like I tried. I know it's gonna be hard, but I'm like, I'm already like applying. Like, why don't I try to like find an IT job? But then I made sure to like search for like visa sponsorship. So like when you're searching, like make sure you put visa sponsor in the keyword. So like teaching. I was also open to like office and then IT. And then I think that the one that was really helpful was like Indeed. That's where I got like many like replies.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Indeed. But I also like made a LinkedIn account. So in LinkedIn I have an English one and then like you can make a Japanese one. So I tried like different sites, Indeed and LinkedIn, just to keep my options open.
Yeah.
Just keep on sending. And then a reply will come. A blessing will come. That's it. Try Indeed. This is not sponsored.
They can sponsor. So what's your degree in?
I graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science.
Okay, so
Computer science.
yeah, what you're doing now is
Related.
related to your degree. I see.
I'm actually able to use what I studied. Because in teaching, it's very different. It's more of like normal conversation and like more on kids, working with kids. So
Yeah. Actually, at the place where we were working, she was going to do a robot programming course. You were working on that. But now you actually get to use your degree, which is cool. When you got the interview, how was that process? Did you have several interviews? Did they call you? Did they bring you to the office?
So the first one was like phone interview. So like they'll tell you like when are you free. Like first through Indeed, like they sent a message like when are you free for a phone interview. So the first step was phone interview, and then when you pass that step, they'll invite you for like a face-to-face interview. So when you pass that one, so since it's IT, they made me do like an IT test. So like they'll give me like I think they gave me 2 programs that I should do in like within a week or 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And then if you pass that one, you get like the final interview with the boss.
Oh, wow.
And then I think that's it. And then they actually didn't, usually when like after the interview, they're like, okay, like we'll tell you. They're like, oh, okay, I think you're good. We like you. So like the next meeting we'll talk about like contracting. It was so fast.
Oh,
I
wow.
was so surprised. I'm like, am I?
Yeah.
And
But
then-
that's how I imagine that industry. Like,
just
they
fast.
don't have time for BS. They just like, get things done.
Especially now since like the pandemic, the IT industry is like been really working well.
Mhm.
Because like since you don't have face to face work, remote work is
Mhm.
very rampant. So like I think IT computer jobs are booming. So I think it's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Have you ever taken the JLPT?
Yes.
What level do you have?
N3 right now, N3. So like so before I studied for a year, right?
Mhm.
And then after that I went straight to N3. I
Mhm.
didn't take N4 and 5.
Mhm.
Luckily I passed, and then I was before I got the IT job, I was hoping to get an N2
Mhm.
before I actually apply. But then I was able to I honestly told them
Mhm.
like I only have N3, but then they said, but like now during the interview we can see that you can speak Japanese and you can understand Japanese, so they're like, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
That's another thing I hear often. Like maybe on the job post they will say we want the candidate to have N2 or N1, but if you don't have that and you can impress them with your speaking ability, then you don't necessarily need the JLPT.
so like on your interview, try your best to like actually speak in Japanese, and like when they see that you're listening,
Mhm.
that's how they see, right? So like they ask you a question, and then like if you can freely like answer and talk in Japanese, I think they'll see. And but I also told them like I was hoping to get an N2 level, but it's really busy right now. The job's so busy, so I'm like I need time to study. But I think one thing I that's important is like honesty.
Mhm.
I honestly told them I only have N3, and that I studied computer science, but since I came to Japan, I only had an English teaching job,
Mhm.
and I haven't done any programming for years since I came here.
Mhm.
And the closest that I've been to that I've done programming is robot programming. So I think like honesty, just be honest. But I say, but like don't
Confident
Mm.
but honest.
Confident, honest, and like maybe humble.
Yeah.
You know, like I think like
it's Japan. You need to be humble.
in
Yeah.
Japan, they actually like if they see like you're humble and that you're teachable,
Mhm.
that's like really good for them. Because if you're overconfident, it kind of like turns them off. They're like, oh, you're coming on too strong. Maybe it's gonna be hard to teach you.
Mhm.
Like they want someone who's actually willing to grow and like accept their weakness, but then show that like you can improve. Did I say too much?
No, it's good. Yeah. So I feel like I already know the answer, but I have to ask. So you only use Japanese at work?
Mostly Japanese. Like even
Do
the
you need
the
any English at work?
because it's programming.
Mhm.
So most of like the syntax thing is
Mhm.
in English. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I still use English, and then like I have one workmate who speaks really good English.
Mhm.
So when it gets really hard and they're telling me something, and then I'm like, help. I mean I can, but if it gets like too many, they're like, okay, this is your task, like like everything in kanji. So I'll try Google Translate. Okay, I got this one, and then like, oh, this one's a bit hard. Like, help, please. And I think now since I came to our company, my Japanese coworkers are also trying to speak more English now.
Okay.
I think like it gave them like the confidence, like we can speak English, we can communicate in English with like a foreign foreign workmate. So maybe like we should study more, we should also try. So I see them trying to speak more in English. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's
They're-
really nice.
You're also bringing something to
Yeah.
them.
And they want to bond with you.
I hope so.
Yeah. Are there any other foreign people working
Oh,
No,
just
you're the only one. What about other women?
Just me.
You're representing everyone.
Yeah, that's why it's really surprising, because foreign and woman, but like I think my company is, they're made up of like young entrepreneurs, so like they're more, what's that, open-minded. Who? They're more
Loud car.
bikes. Bye. They're more open-minded. They don't really look into like if you're foreign or if you're a woman or a man. Just, can you do
can
this
do the
job? Then we'll hire you.
It's totally different from teaching, right?
So different. Like with teaching, it's more of like physical, because you have to like
Yeah, especially with kids, because you need so much energy
To
and you
like
need
carry.
to pretend to be happy and
Yeah, even if
and
you-
actually physically hold them.
even if you're like dying inside, like
Yeah.
you woke up on the wrong side of the bed,
Yeah,
and
you
then
have
you're
to
like,
be happy.
once you open the door, good morning. I heard your voice like, good morning. But
Like
here,
a tear running down your face.
like
Morning,
inside,
everyone.
and I'm like, guys, sorry, something got in my eye. They don't know you're dying. No, just kidding. It's more physical, and like maybe it's fun because like it's different every day. Like the kids do something different every day.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing about it, and you have a curriculum that you just have to follow. I think that's like the good part in that, but like physically it's very tiring. But here you're sitting from like 9 to 6, 9 to 5. You're sitting, but then your mind's just doing so much. Yeah. And you have to like be in front of the computer screen, so it's like also
Also, it
like,
strains your eyes and your shoulders and your
Yeah.
neck and everything.
in this industry you always have to like learn, because there's always something new, like websites or like e-commerce sites, and now like mobile development, so like you'll see like there's something to learn, something that you could improve on. That's a good thing about it. But then
Yeah, that's kind of exciting.
right, and then like when you actually do it, it gives like a sense of like accomplishment. You're like, did I actually do it? So you're kind of like, this is very tiring, but like once you see the end result, and like you see like the client is happy, because like for example I do something, and then like the Japanese, like my Japanese coworkers, and be like, I showed it to the client and they were very happy. They said like you're like, I'm very tired right now, but because of what you said, I'm like, I'm genki again. So, but that's it. It's just very draining. Like recently at like 6 or 7 p.m. my brain starts like boom boom boom. I'm having those moments now, like at 7 p.m. my mind's just like, okay, I need to eat something to get back to work. But yeah, very different, but both of them have their good and not so good part.
Yeah.
But all jobs, I think all jobs have that, right?
Yeah, that's true. But you're also just a very positive person, so you're always gonna find good things about anything. So you don't have to tell me exactly how much you get paid, but is it similar to English teaching, or do you get paid more now?
When you start, it's based actually on skills and experience. So since I told them that I haven't been doing programming stuff
Professionally.
I have to start maybe a bit lower than teaching. But since you have like the sales and everything, when you add up the bonus, if you check like the annual payment, it's higher.
Okay.
And with IT, the more skills you get, the higher. It's faster.
Okay.
Oh, no, not really fast. How do you say that? Like it's, because usually sometimes in teaching you have like cap, right?
Yeah.
Is there like,
kind of, or when they give you a raise, it's almost nothing. You don't see a
and
difference.
sometimes you don't get bonuses. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never gotten a bonus at any
Right,
teaching
so
job.
it's not sure. But with IT, since as long as you have like projects every month, you'll get bonuses. And you get a new skill, you get higher salary. So with IT, I think you're more in control of what you can get. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting this now, but I'm happy with it, so I'll stay like this. But like, I want more, so okay, I'll get this. I'll get more skills. Then look, okay, I can do this. Like, give me some projects where I can use this skill, and then like you can get higher salary.
Yeah. That seems fair.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have any long-term goals? Like, do you want to stay at this company for a while, or do you want to stay in IT?
I think for now I'm enjoying. Though I miss being with kids because it makes you feel younger too. When you're with kids, right? You're like, oh, we're the same. I'm just older, but we're the same mental age. No, I'm just kidding. But I think I'm having fun, like learning and getting more skills. Gives me a sense of like accomplishment. I'm happy to be like getting more skills that I never thought I could get or do. So for now, I think I'm staying. I'm happy, really happy.
That's cool. Oh, also, I was curious, are you working from home or are you in the office?
Sometimes I work from home, or like there's an option to work from home. But I prefer to like work in the office because like sometimes there are some tasks that like are hard for me to understand.
So you can easily ask.
I have to
questions.
consult. But then, I think like once a week, they allow me to do remote work. Especially if we're not too busy. And I think they're more open. Like, for example, like, they're very nice. They're like, okay, we know you're a woman. So, like, sometimes, like, it's hard.
That time of the month.
That time of the month. They like, just tell us. And then, like, you can do remote work.
That's really nice.
The only thing they told me was that just tell us early, so they could prepare.
Okay.
I mean like maybe in the or early morning, or like if you're not feeling well and you just don't want to go out, just tell us, and then you can do remote work.
Okay. So a really loud boat has just passed us, but it's a perfect time because those are all my questions. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I hope I was able to like give some insights.
Yeah, it should be helpful for a lot of people. And yeah, now we're gonna go eat lunch. So bye.